Let's make a tween animation. We've got our background dropped in and we've got our character dropped in, all set up in the layers. We've got our character set at our starting position. Then we're going to come down and we're going to open up the little triangle for the properties of our character, and we're going to open up transform. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a keyframe. So we're going to say position. So this is where we're going to start. Then what we do is we set a duration. So we'll move down the timeline a duration of time. So like right here is about 6 seconds. Then I take my character and I drag them across the screen. Now if you look really carefully, you'll see here's your keyframe, and then these little dots are the motion path. Now we're going to make him jump. So we'll go back to the beginning of the timeline, and we're going to move him down the timeline just a little bit. Now we take the selection tool, click on him, and we're going to drag him up. Now depending upon how much airtime you give him, that's how much further down the timeline you'd move. So let's just give him a little teeny bit of airtime, and then we'll drag him back down. If you look at the tween path, you can see now there's a bounce. And then we can move down the timeline a little bit more, and then we drag up, move a little bit, drag back down. And we just keep doing this across the timeline. So there's my jump. Now we're going to add a sound effect to that jump. So we're going to come to the beginning of the first jump, or the beginning of each of the jumps, and I've downloaded this sound effect. I'm going to drag it down here onto the timeline about where I'm going to jump. So now, and then I would do the same thing again where I'm going to jump again. So we'll come back and boom, there I am. Put the bounce sound effect in again, have it start about there, and then now I bounce. Okay, so that one starts too early. Let's move it back a little bit. And you just keep bouncing across the screen. And then when you're all done, you're going to go to File, Export, Add to Render Queue. Your render queue's down here. And what you have to do is you have to tell it where you want to output to. So over here it's going to say output to, and you're going to set a location. So here's my location. I'm going to save mine to the Bounce Demo folder. You could save yours to the desktop. You'll say save, and then when that happens, the render button shows up. You click on render, and then your file will show up wherever you told it that you wanted to save it. And that's how we make a tween animation.